Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about another beauty from the house of Azman Perfumes, 2 Minutes After Kiss, which was their first creation when the house started up. And what better way you could start up an oud-based perfume house with a traditional rose and oud scent, which is precisely formulated, flawlessly blended, and fashionably balanced. As you all know, I have done a first video of one of my favorite fragrances from this house, which is Maknoon, or Majnoon in my language. If you haven't seen that review yet, I will put the link of it at the end of this video for you guys to check it out. In that video, I also introduced the house in depth, which I'm not going to do that in this video anymore. 2 Minutes After Kiss, as I mentioned earlier, is your typical rose and oud cliche, but this one has been truly mastered to perfection. I have a lot of rose and oud fragrances in my collection, and I can easily say that this one stands out really nicely out of bunch. And that is because of the perfect balancing and blending of this predictable formula. 2 Minutes After Kiss is a floral woody musk fragrance which is very unisex, and the nose behind this creation is Cristiano Canali. This scent has been compared to Promise by Frederic Malle, Al Karachi Blend, Abdul Samad, and Gala by Jazil. I don't know if you guys can see the writing on the bottle, but let's spray some of this and see what we get. I can already smell this. I could already smell it when I sprayed it back there. It's very strong. Azman Perfumes fragrances in general, they're very strong, they're very long lasting. So this one on the opening, the oud is very prominent, very unapologetic, and very high quality. The oud to die for, and you have to be an oud lover to like this fragrance. Very serious, top shelf type of oud. And of course you get that big dose of rose in here. Now I don't know what kind of rose it is, if it is Turkish rose or whatever it is, but very beautifully done. Now, of course, I went ahead and pulled out my rose and oud fragrances like, Promise by Frederic Malle or Gala by Jazil. And actually, initially when I sprayed 2 Minutes After Kiss, I thought it was very close to Gala by Jazil. So when I brought it out and when I sprayed it, I was like, they're so different. And actually, that's when you get to learn the fragrance so much better, when you spray the same category of fragrances next to each other. And I realized Gala was so much sweeter, and this one was so much more bitter and so much sour. And also I realized it has some green mossy facets to it as well, which made it really interesting. So they're definitely different than each other. 2 Minutes After Kiss opens up with a big dose of lotion oud, which exhibits this sour, cheesy, green, mossy, very woody, peppery, fruity, floral, somewhat sweet opening. Lotion oud has this decaying jungle woods, dark, nutrient-rich soils, with strong mulch and animalic waste nuances backed up with this strong, smoky smell like a freshly paved driveway made of asphalt. On the opening, I was so infatuated with oud and rose that I forgot to mention that there's some smokiness in this fragrance, which is from the top note incense. Just a little bit, not too much. And also that, green, mossy vibe about this fragrance, which is really interesting. It kind of gives this scent almost like a chypre structure to it. So interestingly, besides having that typical Middle Eastern vibe to it, it does actually have a French aesthetic to it as well. So as we get to the heart of 2 Minutes After Kiss, that rose, that Turkish rose becomes more forward, it becomes bigger, stronger, powerful, and also that green mossy accord that I was talking about. That green, mossy, sweet, dark with a musky, earthy, woody aroma profile, kind of reminiscent of wet soil, comes forward as well, which gives this scent almost this chypre-like structure as we talked about earlier, which must be from Indonesian patchouli. Indonesian patchouli also has this warm, brown, spicy, with a very little of a dusty, rubbery, or diesel-like elements. Once you get to the heart of 2 Minutes After Kiss, it also becomes resinous, balsamic, and somewhat sweet, which must be coming from myrrh. So it does have a balsamic body to it as well. The fragrance at this stage becomes kind of sweet, ambery, musky, woody, floral, sweet, resinous, warm, spicy, with somewhat honey nuances, which must be coming from bee wax. As we get to the base of this scent, that Indonesian patchouli becomes stronger, the leather comes forward, and the fragrance becomes more musky and woody. Now, in the base, there's this interesting note besides the lotion oud, which is called ambersanite, which is an extremely powerful and very sharp woody scent with an ambery, slightly animalic and smoky agarwood tones, which adds power to the lotion oud. We also have a good dose of vetiver in the base, which keeps that mossy, earthy, green chypre structure-like profile of this scent going. Alright, so 2 minutes after kiss might come off as your typical rose and oud scent, but it is a very complex creation because of its many layers and facets. So on the first sniff, quickly you might think another rose and oud fragrance, or even on a paper it might look like your typical oud and rose fragrance, but it is much deeper and much more than that. First off, it is a very woody scent and it has a beautiful strong amber body to it. It is warm, spicy, the oud is present right from the get-go alongside with a big beautiful dose of rose. But it also has this savory animalic odor profile to it as well, which backs up this strong leather cord. It does have a big dose of Indonesian patchouli in it and a beautiful resinous balsamic and smoky body. Alright, so that was a lot of information regarding 2 minutes after kiss. Even though it is your cliche rose and oud fragrance, it is very complex and I had to go through it all to kind of explain to you guys what makes it so unique. So as far as the performance and longevity goes, it is very long lasting. On my skin, it lasts between 10 to 12 hours and even longer if I spray it on my outfit. Now, as far as the projection sillage goes, it has an enormous sillage and it projects about 5 to 6 feet or even more on the initial spray. So it has a fantastic projection. Now, as far as the compliments goes, I haven't had the chance to wear this outside in the public, but from my Rose and Oud fragrances, I think this will definitely do really great. But again, for a specific crowd, this is not your typical mass appealing type of a scent where you wear this and everybody's going to come after you and be like, oh my God, what is it that you're wearing? So definitely has to do with what you wear, the way you carry yourself, the occasion that you wear this fragrance. I think all that stuff plays a huge role when it comes to the compliment section of this fragrance. But I think for my personal taste, and I think for fragrance connoisseurs, this will get a lot of compliments. All right, so as far as the versatility goes, it's not a versatile fragrance. I would say more for like cooler temperature, like fall or winter time. And as far as the occasion goes, I mean, the name says that 2 minutes after kiss is kind of a romantic type of a scent. So you guys kind of get the hint where to wear this. I think it does also great in clubs as well. Now, as far as the uniqueness goes, again, we're talking about a rose and oud fragrance. So it's not a unique fragrance in that category. But as far as the way it's made, the quality of it is just phenomenal. And I think that just makes it very unique. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get to my video. That's all I have for 2 minutes after kiss by Azman Perfumes. If you own this fragrance or if you have sampled this, please let me know in the comment section what's your take on it. And that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye.